welcome back to another video today here again on Forza Horizon 5. Going to be doing a first kind of test drive of a new car today, taking a look at the Aston Martin Valhalla, and I will potentially look at some more of the brand new vehicles in the game. We kind of already touched on the AMG 1, because I did a video on all the cover cars from all the different games, so we won't probably do one on that, but there's plenty of other interesting new cars in the game. This is just the first one I wanted to look at. It is quite expensive, over 1 million credits, which is slightly unrealistic. In real life it's £580,000 if you live in Great Britain land like me. Well, that's not a very interesting choice, is it? White or silver? I'm sure it's available in more colours than that. We'll go with white for now, and probably change it quite quickly. But we'll head out with it as it is and see what it's like before we come back to, well, change that colour for one. Okay, so here we are just outside of the festival. There is a sandstorm heading our way. But let's see how fast we can get through the speed trap at the end of here. Just a quick first test. So it's a 4-litre V8, I think, if this is the production version, as opposed to the... No, it's the concept car. Okay, I'm completely wrong then, and all my stats are wrong. If it's the concept car, it's in fact a V6. It's still got the KERS system like its bigger brother, the Valkyrie, but no, it's a V6 hybrid with motors and things. I think the prototype was actually more powerful than the production model, but all the numbers I've got written down are for the production model because I thought that's what they would more likely add. Although, given how recently the production model stats have been unveiled, I'm not surprised. I completely missed what we actually got through the speed trap, but we're doing 220 in a stock Valhalla, baby Valkyrie, which is essentially what this is. So yeah, similarly to that, it was built in conjunction with Red Bull and Adrian Newey, which is why it looks quite so mad, and why it's got these huge Venturis on the back. Yes. So the production model has 937 horsepower, but I think it was more like 980 or something in the concept car. 999 will be made, and as I said earlier, it'll cost 580,000 Great British pounds. But anyway, we conveniently find ourselves at the start of the motorway, so let's see what it'll do. Then we will head back to where we started the festival, upgrade it, paint it, and, well, see what it's like after that. So you can tell it's a concept car, it's got no mirrors. Well, it would appear to do 234, so that answers that question. Back to the festival. Right, so here we are. Let's start with the important bit. The paint. Maybe we should just look for a... I know there was some that kind of showed up when we first bought it, but most of them are... I just want a nice colour. Yes, that's kind of what I imagined, the green or that. Sure, there's nothing exciting, so I'm just going to go into paint car and see what layer groups and stuff we have. Absolutely none. Okay, that's good to know. So it's literally a matter of choosing a colour then. Quite like that, actually, although I kind of feel like... Do you know what? I actually quite like that. That was very quick and entirely accidental, but that is very cool. And also, being Horizon 5, I feel like we should make the most of being able to paint our calipers by going with a nice yellow, which is quite a contrast to that colour, but I think that's kind of cool. Excellent. That was entirely by chance that I found a colour that I love like that. Right, so what upgrades are available? I know I'm not the best at building cars for things, but the options we have are a rear-wheel drive conversion. I'm not sure how that works when there's motors powering both front and rear wheels, but we won't ask too many questions. There's your usual, well, what used to be race tyres, the semi-slicks, but we do now also have slicks. Sure, should we go full slicks? I mean, it's basically a racing car. What would be cool to see in here, actually, is the full Valkyrie, not just the basically baby version of it. What do we have here? I mean, we may as well put in... I can't really be bothered messing with all the different number of gears, although... Yeah, sure, I'm just going to put in race transmission, because I don't really know what I'm doing with those. Drift diff, rally diff. No, we're going to be quite... well, not sensible, but use it for basically what it's intended for. Use it for the... just as a racing car. I'm not going to go into drifting or anything. Sure. Race weight reduction. Actually, I wonder if X-Class still exists, does this get into it? Yes, it does. That's quite cool. Wow, we've got... well, we had more than 1,000 horsepower before, which isn't correct, even on the concept car, I don't think. But anyway, we now have 1,100, and we're in X-Class. That sounds good. So, now that we've done that, let's try this again. Although we've got nothing to really go by, because I can't... well, I didn't pay attention to what we actually got. It'd be nice if I could finally 3-star this speed trap, though. Probably not with a speed like that. I suspect we're going to need over 200. There we go. I think that is 3-star. It is. Excellent. Right, let's head to the motorway and do a top speed test again. So, for the sake of variety, we're going to start from the other end and see what we can get up to. Obviously, not tuned, I don't really know what I'm doing, I've just thrown many horsepowers at it and hoped for the best. Which is how Forza works, right? Again, I have no memory really of what it got before, except a lot. I don't think we got up to 250, which this is close to. The thing with this motorway, though, is if there is a top speed, you will hit it. There's none of this running out of space before you hit the... where you're kind of limited by road length rather than actual top speed. 248 is the highest I'm seeing. We got another gear, do we? Which I suppose if we... if we gear it slightly... as we've got such a long motorway, we might as well gear it to the full... well, 270 that's saying it'll do. Yeah, because then we can drop into 6th. So we don't have to worry about not being able to accelerate in time. So the quick bit of tuning. Do 254. Although then there's no point shifting into 7th. So with a bit more fine tuning it would probably do a bit more than that, but 250 is pretty impressive. And the grip is pretty amazing. But yeah, it's cars that I've just, well, been looking forward to driving in a game, really. It's a shame that it's the prototype. Yeah, there's not quite as much mid-corner turning in this game. It's going to take me a long time to get used to that. But yeah, it's slightly a shame it's the prototype, not the production version, because that would be really, really cool to see in here. But yeah, it's the first of the sort of new cars I want to test out. There's things like the Avaya, like I said, the AMG one I've already kind of driven, so I'm less fussed about that. But yeah, do let me know if there's any of the newly added cars to this game you'd like to see me, well, test like this, or do a first sort of drive of. So yeah, I kind of want to, well, have a go with as many new cars as possible. I've already been driving the Defender a lot on streams. Yeah, this thing's cool. But yeah, anyway, that probably is going to do it for my first look at the Aston Martin. I keep wanting to call it a Valkyrie. Aston Martin Valhalla here on Forza Horizon 5. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video as we crash into an aeroplane very soon.